Hello. Hello. Welcome back to ManyCam and Me. These are interviews with teachers using ManyCam. If we have not met, I am Amanda Panda teacher. I am a professional online teacher and technology training coach. I'm excited to have a special friend with us, Teacher Annette. Teacher Annette is one of my students from a training and teaching program that I coach called ManyCam and Six. So she is a ManyCam user and a student of mine. So awesome to have you, Teacher Annette. Do you want to do a
Thank
little
you.
intro? Can you tell us about your teaching job, where you work for?
Well, I'm in Oklahoma, in Owasso, Oklahoma, and I taught for 35 years. And I just finished my first year of retirement, and I was a reading specialist from all that time. And I have done VIP kid for about 3 years now, and I love keeping it. I love getting up in the morning and seeing my students. It's kind of like my cup of coffee. It gets me going, and I've just still love doing it.
Awesome. Awesome. So glad. And what specs and tell us about your computer that you use for using ManyCam?
All right, I am just a new ManyCam user, and what kept me from going to ManyCam was when I started, I had an old laptop, and it was very slow. It was getting slower and slower, and I heard about ManyCam, and I knew that I had to get a new computer. So I did go from a laptop to a desktop PC, and I have the Intel Core, the let's see, i5 ninth generation, and 16 gigabytes. And it is new and new to me, and I am enjoying it. And so once I got it, it took me another month to get up the courage to join Amanda Panda in ManyCam class, but I did it.
Yay, awesome. I love desktops too. I have a desktop computer. I like that there's so many more USB plugs and
Yes.
connections in a desktop. It's
Yeah.
such a different experience. I've been using mine for a couple months and it is nice. Those USB plugs, I don't have to worry as much. In a laptop, I had no room to plug anything.
Right. I did get a 24-inch screen, and if I had it to do over, I'd go to a 27.
Oh,
And but I have 24, and it seems to be very adequate. A lot
awesome.
better than the 19.
Oh gosh, and most laptop screens are about 16 inches. So just imagine the real estate you have with the 24 you have, or if you had a larger. I roll with a 19-inch monitor, but I'm waiting till my husband goes back into work in his office because he has a 32. And I told him it's coming to my office.
Oh, I would love to see a 32-inch. That would just be incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up here and it's gonna be mine. I already told him. Can you talk about your connection and internet? What do you use to keep a stable classroom setup for the internet?
Well, I know that after taking my ManyCam class that you recommend hardwired, but I have always been wireless, um, and it seems I have never had an issue, and it would be extremely expensive for me to get a hardwire into my office at this time. So I'm doing good with the wireless, and I'll just hang on to that. So
Many people have different like internet in their home. It depends on how their system works. So some people could have success with a wireless system. My office is far from my router. I have an upstairs and downstairs, so it is a long distance. So I've got to run a cord because the signal here is really poor. Many people have Verizon Fios. Have you heard of Fios before?
have not.
FIOS. That is fiber optic wire. And my goodness, I taught on my cousin's fiber optic network in their house. I used their wireless in the basement with the fastest signal I've ever used. So
Oh,
definitely it just depends on the setup in your house, how that will look. So awesome. Great. Did you have any concerns getting started using ManyCam with your technical setup? I know you said you had an older computer. Did you have other worries or concerns?
no, I didn't really have any concerns about the equipment. It was just me. you know, I just knew that I felt like I had gotten a new computer and my wireless had always been good. I hadn't had I've I haven't had any of issues teaching that I hear people say. So I felt confident that my equipment was good.
So why did you
So.
come into taking ManyCam in 6 classes? Like, it was to help coach and teach you? Like, what did you learn?
Oh, well, just because I just needed to get in it. I am not technically, I have to have somebody help me with all my new technology. I'm not a researcher. I can't figure it out. And so I just needed someone to hold my hand, and I had been using holding up my iPhone and then holding up my iPad, and I had heard about just being able to put it all on one screen, and I just that was my challenge for this year. My technology goal was to learn ManyCam this year. So I always have tried to challenge myself technology every year just to add one more thing.
That's awesome.
So
I am so proud of you. That is amazing. Every year add something new. I like that style and way to go. Awesome. Have you ever had a ManyCam fail, and how did you solve the failure or problem that you had?
Well, in the middle of class, I really haven't had failure. I will say that today, when I came in, I thought I had everything set up, and when I got here, my screen was blank. So I'm assuming maybe it shut down and restarted during the night and shut everything down. So it took me about 5 minutes to use my presets and just click in there, and I wasn't panicked like when I first tried it in our class and I couldn't get it going. That was probably my class time fail, but it was before class that I couldn't get. I didn't know how to get out of ManyCam, and there was that panic feeling. But today I just came in, I had my presets, and I just fixed it, and it was just wonderful.
Perfect.
So
What is your favorite ManyCam moment with your students?
I just think when they see when I like switch the background to uh, whatever subject. Like today, I started um, the Beijing unit, and I can't wait to set up a, a folder with Beijing backgrounds so that when we can talk about them, I can just click on them. I seem to like the background better instead of the effect. I
Okay.
seem to like changing the background instead of the effect, or at least that's the way I feel now. I did it both on the in the land when we were studying the different types of land. I did the effects and the background to see which one, and I seem to like just switching the background.
That's
So,
awesome. So a green screen user through and
oh,
through.
yes, yes,
For
yes.
for sure. Me too. I really like having the green screen. I point out the seasons like spring or summer. I point out different things in the background and use my background in class as a teaching tool. So awesome. Oh, I'm so glad
Yes,
that worked out for you.
yeah,
And
good.
you learned how to green screen in ManyChem class with us too. So
Oh, yes, I did. Uh
that's
huh.
awesome. It's really nice to have help and steps along the way because that was one of the last things that we did at the end of the course. So awesome. Can you share other ways you use ManyCam? Do you teach for other companies? Do you take ManyCam into Zoom with you? How else are you using ManyCam?
Well, I do not teach for any other companies. I think that I this is about all the time that I want to give it. I give about 2 hours every morning, and then I'm going to just be retired after that. I have had a lot of fun in Zoom classes. Like we had in my Zoom meetings, we had a family meeting about a trip that we're going to take in Napa coming up. So it was kind of fun. I had different things so that I could just pull up and show them. I was really showing off, is what I was doing. And I was really showing off what I was doing. And so whenever we were talking about something, change the background and I'd say, here it is, and uh, have different things. So just having fun with it. But other than using it for work, just for VIP kid.
That's awesome. So you were like giving the tour guide of the tour in the green screen.
Right. And
How awesome.
like they said, and what do you want to do? I just flipped on the picture of the castle and said, this is where I want to go. So, and at the end,
Family.
Yeah, at the end there's six of us going, so there was six glasses of wine clicking. So it was kind of fun
That's
to
so
do that.
fun. Amazing. Oh, I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. How wonderful that you brought it into your personal life too and used
Yeah.
ManyCam. That's really fun. Are you a Google Slide user?
Oh, I am a Google Slide user. After I took my ManyCam class and I got comfortable with it, I cleaned my office out and I packed up and I had put it online. Anybody need any props? They're yours. So it's nice to have my few props. I still like to pick up a car or an airplane, but they're all right here to the right of me, not on the taking up the other side of my whole office. So I am Google Slides. I do use a preset for Google Slide, the lesson part, the props, and then a preset for the reward. And I do tend to, at this point, I am going in every day and doing a different Google Slide props for each lesson and a different reward, um, trying to tie it into the lesson. And then I always have a few there that I can grab if I decide I don't like them or I don't think it's appropriate for the student.
Awesome.
So,
Wow, that's amazing. So
so
incredible. What feature of ManyCam could you not live without?
well, I guess probably I the two mostly the green screen and the presets for the Google Slides. That was my
Awesome.
that was my goal was for the Google Slides. That was my motivation for taking ManyCam. The green screen was just an added bonus. So,
Awesome. Awesome. Green screen is really fun. Google
mhm.
Slides is definitely necessary. So
Uh-huh.
awesome. What advice would you give people who are getting started using ManyCam?
I think the first thing I would say is to make sure your equipment can handle it because I hear a lot of frustrations. I hear that their equipment is so old that it just totally crashed the whole computer. I don't know if that's true or not, but I kept hearing it, and that was my fear with my old laptop. And then I would just say, you got the equipment, and then take the class and let it help you. Let them. I mean, the what you offered was just amazing, and she offered classes in the morning, a repeat in the afternoon. They were taped. So for me, I would watch them in between and just go slow. And then those videos that are on there all the time that aren't the class are just awesome. So it's just you have provided so much help and just made it so easy to do. So
Awesome.
I
So
just
glad.
love it.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I just say jump right in and Amanda's going to get you through it. So,
Thank you, Annette. How awesome. Hey, I'm going to take myself off the screen so that
okay.
people can see your class background. She's got a green screen for students. So I'll pop myself off the screen and have
Okay.
you take a look at teacher Annette. So here she is with her.
Teacher Annette, here I am. The kids love it. They love it changing the backgrounds.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Hey, Teacher Annette, thanks so much for your awesome interview. It was wonderful to chat with you, and I am so amazed by your growth and how you're using it in the classroom. From zero to green screen
That's
is
true.
truly your story. So
Yes. Well, thank
awesome.
you. I really appreciate all your help. I love meeting all the other ladies and still have a few connections with them. And so it was just an awesome, well worth it. Do it again.
Awesome.
So,
Hey, friends, if you're watching the replay, ManyCam in 6 is a coaching and training program. It's coming up this summer. Will be run again in July and August. So if you're looking to get trained and learn the beginning, starting of how to use the ManyCam, Teacher Annette is a student and a success story. So I am so glad that I got to interview you.
well,
I wish
thank
you an
you.
awesome day. And
All
friends, if you're
right.
watching the replay, say hi, say hello to Teacher Annette and how wonderful of a job she's doing too in our group. So
All
awesome.
right.
Thank you.
All right. See you later.